Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. It is Pinky and today we are back with Elorea. Yeah, the Resonance collection. So we already reached out to Cloud Days. I want to make sure I didn't put that one back in there. Let's make sure. I can smell one of them already and I think I know which one it is. I think it's Royal Resin. Yep. Whew, that is powerful. I know. I'm trying to like go around it going do. I'm gonna have to do it event. It's strong. It's like filling up the box that it was in. It's a lot. So this one is, I know, shuffling them around. Oh my gosh, I can smell it in my hands. This Royal Resin. That's all I'm gonna say. I don't even need to do a smell test on this one because I already smell it through the box. Like this is almost like kerosene's following. It's really. Yes, I do know about that one. We will talk about that eventually, but that's over like towards the end of the year. But this one is Bae Frais from this collection. That's one I'm interested in. Actually, this is one that I was pretty excited about. Bae Frais. This one is Alam. Is Bae Frais, and it says Alam in Korean or Hangul. So this one is juicy and joyful. Well, what a way to live. Fragrance profile, radiant, fruity, floral. I'm a fan. So Bae Frais is a radiant interpretation of the Korean pear or bae, capturing the pure joy of picking ripe fruit straight from the tree on a sunny day and taking that first juicy bite, crisp, refreshing, and brightly sweet. So there you go. The notes are top, Korean pear, bergamot, ambrette, heart, orange flower, nectar, Korean pear blossom, and base tonka bean, akigala wood, and sandalwood. So this sounds lovely. So this will cost you at this time $160 for 50 milliliters. I almost forgot this. There we go. I know I just added that into the mix this year. Yay. So 2 here. Whoa. 2 here. Lower because I don't want it too high. Oh, I just got it on my hand. Oh, there you go. I've been attacked. Okay. Ooh, this smells so familiar to me and I don't know how. I know this scent. I've smelled it before. I think part of it is the pear. You're very definitely, wait. Okay, ooh. She's bathing. I'll cover that. So I don't want to spare with it. So this one's lovely. What I'm finding with this new collection is that in the past, I feel like the other collections were a little bit more gentler, and that doesn't mean these scents aren't. I find for the most part that these are exceptionally gentle. There's a throw, but even though it's a nice throw, it's never overwhelming. It's gentle. But I feel like, no, I don't know because I just sprayed this. We'll see how long this lasts. But Cloud Days, I kept calling it Cloudy Days, but Cloud Days lasted a long time, which is interesting. So it looks like Elorea has worked on that a little bit, but we'll see with this one. But I'm definitely getting that pear. That's pretty much the main component is the pear and the orange blossom. Because it was saying it was fruity and floral. Well, yeah, that is fruity and floral. Pear, orange blossom. There you go. Ding. Woohoo. Yeah, so definitely getting that. Interesting. So there's not like a lot going on with this, but there weren't that many ingredients to be fair looking at it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, no, a fair amount. Yeah, I'm actually, that's interesting. I am getting that nectar. I'm getting a little bit of that nectar. I wouldn't have known unless I looked at the note. In that there's no honeysuckle accord, but when I think of nectar, I kind of think of that. Or when I was a kid, there were these purple flowers that you could pick from the ground and then you can suck like the nectar out of it. I mean, I was taught how to do it and I would do it all the time. I hope it was safe. I mean, I'm still here, so there you go. But during the summer, we would all like, I hope no dog peed on it, actually. Everybody's like, what? I'm thinking back. It's like the things that you do when you're a kid. It's like, would I have done this as an adult? Probably not. But, that's how you build your immune system. So there you go. But definitely getting that pear, definitely getting that orange blossom, definitely getting that nectar. Almost that's reminiscent of that flower or the nectar or honey of those flowers when you suck it out of there. I remember that. They were purple. Very interesting. It kind of reminds me of that flavor. So I think that's the nectar. This is very light. This is very powdery. Maybe that's from the amberette. I know amber, but amberette, I'm wondering if it's a little bit more powdery because I'm definitely getting a powderyness to this. So that fruit, that floral, that it's very light nectar with powder. It's almost like you've doused yourself in this beautiful powder that happens to smell like this, like one of those puffs in one of those big containers, and you're like puff, 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 and then you take a light spray of a perfume similar. That's what it's like. It's very powdery. It's very interesting that they captured that. It's really beautiful. This one's, I will say so far, I'm really impressed with this collection. Not that I wasn't impressed by the other ones, but I feel like this one is just, this is a nice collection. I will say with the two that I've tried thus far, I do find them to lean a little bit more feminine. If we were going to classify, you wear what you want, but I am finding it to be that way a little bit. How this would be deemed a little bit more feminine along with Cloud Days. Interesting. But let's try it on the wrist. Ooh. On the wrist, I'm definitely getting more pear. Less powderiness, but pear and greenery. Like something green to cut through it. There's no bergamot in this. No. It's not bergamot, but there is something cutting through that. No, that's very interesting. Oh, there is bergamot. It was right there. Okay, I didn't know. There's something cutting through this. It's bergamot. I read those notes. I don't pay attention. Yep. Okay, I was like, it's kind of reminiscent of bergamot. But what's interesting is the way that it's playing with this. It's not your stereotypical cut of bergamot. It's just not. It's a little bit more contained and refined. Because a lot of the time with bergamot, I can pull it out like that. With this, I can smell it, but it doesn't stick. It doesn't stand out as much as, oh, bergamot. It's really mixed in well. Very nice. So there's that bergamot, and there's almost like a green stem in there. Very interesting. Let's try it here on the clothing. On the clothing, it's the powdery orange blossom. So it's this beautiful powdery orange blossom in the forefront with a little bit of pear. Whew, so there's a lot going on here. Moving around, I'm getting all those things put together for my chemistry and the clothing. The only way that I'm really getting that bergamot or that crisp green, like stem, is when I put my nose up to my wrist. Beyond that, you don't really notice it. So that's interesting. Of course, your chemistry will play very differently than mine, but let's try it on here. It's hard to smell in here. Okay, so it's pear. Okay, there it is. Pear and orange blossom. Pear and orange blossom for sure. Wow. This is beautiful. Very light. This is most definitely something that you would wear at the late spring, summer, or early fall. Depending on your climate. This is going to do better in warm weather. This is going to do better, in a warm weather. Even humidity. There's a sweetness to it, but I don't think it would be too overwhelming. This is just beautiful for summer. Like this is so... This is just so light, crisp, floral, just beauty. It's just, this is perfect for summer. Oh, this one's really nice. I can still smell that royal resin. I'm going to put that away because My God. I know. If you're looking for the strong scent of the collection that some may deem more masculine, you wear what you want. I think that royal resin's for you, but that's a whole different video. But it's upstaging. We're enjoying Bae Frais, and it's beautiful. So what I'm going to do is, again, like cloud days, I don't know how much this one is going to morph. I feel like these aren't morphing as much as the other ones from the other three collections. They tend to be, this is me, and that's it. But what I'm going to do is check back in an hour to see if that's the truth, because I don't want to speak for this perfume yet. It has its story to tell. So we'll check back in an hour, and we'll talk about it. Okay, so it has been 1 hour, and I can definitely smell this one. It's still going strong. Not quite as strong as it was before. It's mellowed out a little bit, but I actually don't mind that. I feel like this one isn't supposed to be a royal resin. I put that away. It's not that it smells bad, it's just really strong. So I know this is Bae Frais with an appearance from royal resin. So this one smells really good. It's just very light. So this, I may have spoke too soon that this is one of those ones that you're going to have to refresh, it seems like the older Elorea ones. This one's just doesn't have the same punch as Cloud Days, but it's really lovely. It's just very light. So what I will say is that it's still nice right here in this little nugget right around here. And I don't know why a nugget, but there we are. And it's just mellowed out a bit, which isn't a bad thing. It's beautiful fragrance. It's just very gentle. This is something that you would wear if you really just don't, if you don't like strong scents and you like very personal scents, or you don't want to like clear out a room. But it definitely has a nice little bubble to it. It's just from the beginning it was more of a gentle scent. So that's why it's just it's not here to it's not here to mess with you or like really get like really like just stop. It's not like that. Very light, very work appropriate, very hanging around other human beings appropriate. So there you go. I mean, all fragrances are, it's just some are better for certain environments than others. So definitely can still smell that pear just in general. That's the big thing that's coming through, is that pear with a little bit of floral. But let's try it on the wrist. So that green stem has gone away. The greenery. Ooh, definitely get more orange blossom from here. A lot more orange blossom with that powderiness. And a little bit of that sandalwood coming through. I love sandalwood. So sandalwood with the orange blossom, a little hint of pear, and that powderiness. Let's try it on the shirt. Same thing, but the difference is the star is definitely the pear. So it's like pear and that powdery orange blossom. Yeah, very interesting. So similar, but it's just the pear stronger here, more pronounced, where the orange blossom on my chemistry is more pronounced. With that nectar, the nectar is still there for both. Really beautiful, really powdery though, which I love, but ooh, that's good. Let's give this a try. Interesting. Huh. So with this one, it's the same thing. What comes through is the orange blossom with a little bit of pear and that powderiness, but there's a little bit of that green stem there. I'm definitely getting that green stem coming through mostly on that. And I don't know if there's a green stem note. It's very slight. There's a little bit of greenery in there, very slight. But everything's pretty much staying in that same vein of what it was. It hasn't really morphed a lot. It's just calmed down. But it's pretty much that orange blossom, that pear. Pear is the main star with that powderiness and a little bit of sandalwood. That, you know, I just, that nectar just, mwah, and that powderiness just, mwah, adds beauty to this. It's really beautiful. So what we're going to do is we're going to check back in 4 hours to see how this one holds up, because it is a delicate scent. Because I'm curious to see what happens. And I don't think it's going to morph very much from what it is now, but let's check it out in 4 hours. Okay, so it has been 5 hours. And I can definitely still smell this one, but it is a lot lighter than it is when you first spray it. This tends to follow a little bit of how Elorea works. Now I will say, this tends to be going more towards a Korean audience, and from my understanding, much like their makeup or their fragrances, from my understanding. Makeup I understand a little bit more with the Korean aesthetic than I do fragrances, but from my understanding, Japan and Korea both tend to like fresher fragrances more and things that aren't overpowering. So this totally makes sense if that's the aesthetic you're going for, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's just if you want to upkeep it to what it was before, you're going to want to spray it back on like every 3 hours. But you can definitely still smell it. Just know that at this point it's become more of a personal scent, and a lot of people really like that. Not everybody likes these really bold fragrances that follow you down the street. I will say the predominant note that comes out when I'm walking around or moving is the pear, which it says that, Bae Frais. So, bae in Korean is pear. So that's the note, and it doesn't disappoint. So it smells really, really lovely still, just very quiet. And there's nothing wrong with that. But let's try it on the wrist. A powdery pear and nectar with that orange blossom. So this one really does not change very much once it's on your body or your clothing. It really does tend to stay in this where it initially starts. Another good thing, if you don't like, some people don't like it morphing. Where you're like, I really love this, but like I love Heaven. It's one of my favorite scents from Elorea, but the initial spray is just so, and then it slowly morphs into something that's a little bit more generic than what it starts out as for me, which doesn't mean it's bad. It just morphs a lot, where I'm like, I want this initial. Now, other people may like where it lands. It just depends on your preference. I like it both ways, but I do prefer the initial just because I find it a beautiful treat. But where it goes is also beautiful. It's just different. Some people want it to stay where it stays. So this one is in that category, but let's try it on the shirt. Completely identical to what's on my wrist. Again, doesn't change too much. Orange blossom, that nectar, a little bit of sandalwood. I forgot to mention that. And oh, it's just so good. That blossom, the nectar, the pear for sure, and a little bit of that sandalwood. So just a beautiful fragrance. Just absolutely beautiful. Same thing here. The only difference is the pear comes out a little bit stronger. Yeah. So no matter how you look at it, it kind of remains the same. Now again, chemistry plays a big part of it. Didn't change much on my chemistry. At the beginning, yes, but afterwards, no. So, but you never know. Always try a sample. There you go. Chemistry is fun. I know mine is. So, now if we were going to categorize this, we don't like to put things in boxes, but a lot of people actually do because they want to know what they're dealing with. So that's okay. That's okay. I understand it with fragrances. So I would say that this one, like I said earlier, would do really well in late spring through summer, early fall. It might get lost in the winter months. For some reason, if it's a cold environment, it just for some reason just zaps the life out of these more gentler scents. But you know what? If you prefer a gentler scent just for yourself, you can wear this year round. You can always do that with any scent. It's just with this, I think it would do better with warmer weather slightly, or a neutral weather, like a warm or hot weather. But some people just want to wear this year round and just go, I don't care. I just want to keep this to me. And that's a beautiful thing. So if I were going to look at this as far as masculine or feminine, we don't, we wear whatever we want, but I think some people would view this as a little bit more feminine just because of the floral, the nectar, the pear. I don't know. It just, the florals and the gentleness of it and the powderiness. Some people may look at that and say, hey, maybe that's a little bit more feminine. I say, phooey, it's for everyone and it's beautiful. Wear what you want. These are unisex. So, you wear what you want. You don't let society get you down. So there you go. It's a beautiful scent. It's just very gentle. And I like it. I actually really like this one. I do. I would just give it probably a good 6 to 8 sprays to really make it hang in there, because I like a little bit more bold, but I don't think this is ever going to be like a T-Rex. I just don't. This isn't made to be one of those bold scents. You know, this isn't going to be that. So even if you spray it enough, it will help it, but that's not the point of this one. It's just not. So it's just sweet and refreshing and light. It's just beautiful. So if I were going to give this one a score, I would give this an 8 out of 10. Yeah, another high score. Boom! Last year I started with zoologist and it didn't go this well. With zoologist, they're art pieces. So, you know, it's like, if I go to an art gallery, sometimes I'm like, So, you never know. Art is subjective, but these are a little bit more mainstream, I think. But again, the audience was more focused towards traditional, like, Korean aesthetic, which, from my understanding when it comes to fragrances, is a little bit more of a gentle touch. But yeah, this one I am really happy with it. I was pleasantly surprised. Pears are not my favorite fruit. I love fruit, but for some reason, ever since I was a kid, I really never cared for pear. But the scent is absolutely beautiful. I just don't enjoy eating them so much. But then again, I've never had a Korean pear. So different pears are going to have different tastes. So maybe I need to try it because it smells good. But yes, that is my review for Bae Frais from Elorea. I know I'm trying the French. I do speak it a bit. I do understand it enough, but boy, I stink at saying it. Take that. So there you go. And with that, have a fabulous day, my friends. Bye.